That was my problem before.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Haven't you done enough times now to know what to do?
Nah. Just let Jimmy do it.
He likes Jimmy pushing his buttons.
Jack, 1 5, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Keegan, 1 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I can talk louder if you want.
Yeah, please. Okay, come on.
Good afternoon and welcome to St George Sailing Club for Heat 4 and a resale of Heat 1 of the Riley Marine Club Championship for the St George Sailing Club for season 2024. I'm Jimmy Bury and hello to all our loyal friends watching from Australia and especially from around the world for what promises to be a very spectacular day down here on Georges River. Joining me today in commentary is Jack Andrew and the legend himself, Keegan York. How are we, team?
Yeah, pretty good, Jimmy.
That's
Happy
all
to
right.
be here. This new first timer First time, long time.
That's good, Keegs. Now you can actually know what we actually do on here rather than abuse us for getting in your way and making you trying to look good each week. But that being said, there's already a protege in place on the Finport with Matty Senna taking the helm for the rest of the season, I hear, is the rumour.
Geez, I didn't realise I was going to cop it this early.
Yeah, you must be a proud sponsor, Keegs.
I thought I was over it since I got copped of use on Tuesday afternoon at the CY, you know, even from Matty himself. But, hey, he didn't get 2 bullets, did he?
Well, at least he got a bullet. Finport got one this year?
No, but I think I got one when I sailed Harry's boat.
That doesn't count. We know that boat's a bit quicker.
The pressure will be on tomorrow.
Yes, yeah.
So
I hope it's windy.
yeah, well, talking of wind, Jack, what have we got here, and what is the course for the day?
Yeah, so actually, wind-wise, we've got better than expected. You know, we're looking at potentially an 8-knot sort of east-southeasterly. Right now, we're probably showing a little bit more than that, maybe 9 to 11 knots. Hopefully, this stays in for the whole day. We've got a tide that's going to be running in, about a 1 metre run in it throughout the race. Course-wise, we're on a southeasterly course, southeast short course, because there's 2 races today. So basically, we'll work up into Woolooware, run down to Waldron Street, up into Pelican Gut, and then back to the club. We'll then do a windward return back to the club, followed by a figure 8 and finishing in front of the club. So, very interesting race course. There's plenty of places you can get lost in it. A lot of the time, some of the sailors struggle just to know the course, let alone where to sail, where the quickest way to go is. But yeah, no, interesting race course. You're never out of it, but you're never truly sort of comfortable.
No, it's good that the club's still using traditional courses. You know, most clubs have now gone just to windward lewards, which sort of defeats the point of asymmetric spinnaker poles. So, then, yeah.
Look, the traditional courses, I think, are great at times. They have their place, but likewise, I think the compass bearing windward leeward courses have their place as well. So, race management looks like they're able to get on a traditional course today. So, happy days.
And that shot there just shows you how much tide still influences this river. It's, the boat's sitting sideways to the wind.
Yeah, while for the majority of the race, the tide will be running in. So, basically left to right up and looking upwind. At the moment, we still have some residual tide running out. So
yeah, it's about 2:45, 2:50.
Yeah.
So the start will be interesting. I'm predicting a general for the first one.
You're going early, Keith.
Going early, you got to go all in, you know, on the calls. Is that right?
That's the way. There's the mighty team of Boscabill with Sarah, Pete, and Kurt, and they're leading the club championships after one race. It's all we've been able to get in because race 1 and 2 were abandoned. So we're going to have today's race 4 and then race 1, and then we'll find another spot for race 2 to fill in there somewhere around the world.
Yeah, I believe actually they're resailing race 1 first.
No, I think 2's gone.
Two's gone.
Two's gone, yeah.
2's gone altogether because of what flags were put up.
Jeez, okay.
Yeah.
So
Confusion just continues. It's good.
Hey, it's not like Jack and I to be confused between each other.
No.
No.
That's happened plenty of times before.
I remember a lot of that with you two. Don't you worry.
So now that we've already put crap on me, when do we start putting? They call Jack Nathan Highmarsh today.
Well, we've got a long day ahead of us, Keek, so just pace yourself.
I won't go too early on those ones.
just be careful you don't poke the bear, mate.
And you got to remember, you're more than likely going to be sailing the next time this live stream happens with your moth. Will it be back from NZ?
No, I think I think someone might be going in to get a hip replacement after the Nationals, so I might be making a reappearance on a 16 in the second half of the season. Talking
of call-ups, Keegs, because you're always famous for a late call-up, has Jared been in touch with you to jump on the Botany Access at Harvey Bay after his sheet hand came a cropper?
I saw that photo.
Yeah, we won't be showing that photo.
No, not a good idea. Even I was sort of squirmed a little bit. No, I'm firmly heading to Auckland or Manly, New Zealand for the Mothwells.
Very good.
So, Keeks, how do you keep track of all your different regattas and boats? Like, I think you've been on more boats than a people smuggler. Between your Moth, your 18 to 16, some of the yachts. Like I see you're sailing on Wild Thing at the moment now, the 100-footer.
Well, that was only meant to be a 2-week gig, and I've got to be very thankful and a little bit humbled that they've actually asked me to come to Hobart. So I was only just trying to get some time in a big boat and, try and get myself on something in Europe for our winter, their summer next year. And, great bunch of guys, and I think that boat's a bit of a smoky, to be honest with you.
Smoky. For line honours or handicap?
Well, it actually doesn't rate too badly. So, if we get the right conditions, as you saw on Tuesday, she's pretty slippery downhill.
It doesn't go uphill.
Well, it still goes at 14.5 knots, still better than a TP. I don't want to be out on the water for too long. 2 nights maximum, I think, is my theory.
So with your leeward runner trim, what do you find is the most important thing?
Just making sure it's not too tight. It's really hard to push ropes, so I've got to make sure I don't have too many turns on the drum. But, I think I got upgraded a little bit so that Rodney can look after Warrow and make some good calls.
Well, we probably should start turning our attention to our tips for today in today's racing. 2-race day, so it's always going to be a fitness battle and a mental battle to, if you have a bad first race, how do you come back in the second? Kirk, here's your tips today, excluding the obvious ones.
Yeah. So it's like when we used to watch Channel 7 back in the old days. I think we'll take Bosca out. I think they're up for 2 bullets. So I reckon you'll probably get... If Tribeca, I think, will go well today. They've been out here super early and already gone back in and had a sandwich. And I think that maybe Tagara might have a good one as well.
Yeah. I actually think that, like you said, Tribeca, I think I saw them out here with Tom Burton getting some coaching earlier, so they're certainly serious.
Shh, you weren't meant to say anything about that. You're getting in trouble with the Belmont Mafia.
Sorry. But the other one that was just on screen, Noakes, they're actually my dark horse today. I think they're primed for a really good day.
Oh, can I change?
No, not now.
Oh.
We can review it at half time if you like, at intermission.
Okay. All right. Oh, it's good. I'm willing to jump on a favourite, that's for sure. Oh, the MGs have a general, did they?
Yeah, it looks
they
like...
sure did.
See? Or maybe I just went a bit early. There's plenty of tide running through that line at the moment.
It's definitely a beautiful day down here, that's for sure.
Yeah. This is God's country, Jimmy. I don't know you like Manly, but this is a lot better.
So look...
God's country.
Yeah,
I'll let you off.
Actually, come to mention it. I was watching the bit at the beginning of when we went live for the club inside. Club was pumping inside there today. Funnily enough, there was standing room only. So if you are looking to come to St George Sailing Club in the near future, make sure you book so you're not disappointed.
Information for members and their guests.
I can recommend some of the foods if you want to message me on the side. I have eaten here a couple of times before.
There's the Tribeca finally back in the water.
Late start to the season for them. Obviously, they did some remedial work to their boat. Evidently, it's all stiff as can be now, and they're pretty happy. So hopefully the results follow.
Luca, Dammy just went past on Wychard Pacific, isn't it called? Or is it just Wychard? Wychard? Yeah. Oh, Wychard Pacific. And I was talking to Luca before we came out of here on the boat, and he's organising with the club the new 16s. I'm happy to say that I was allowed to tell it, even though I'm part of moving the plugs. The plugs left Geelong yesterday, and they're on their way to Newcastle, I think it is. So they should see some new boats early next year. New builder.
Yeah, exciting times ahead.
Yeah. I think there's still a couple of the old boats, not the old boats, new old boats from the old builder that are still available.
Still available, yes. And if you're interested, they're going at a very reasonable price. And contact Graham at St George Club, and he'll sort you out with one.
Yeah, I believe the white one's gone. It was in the club here. I think someone at Belmont's got it, and there's 2 black ones available.
Well, there's 6 in total that
Is
had to move, so Belmont Manly both combined forces and purchased them at a discount, or to move them on at a discount off the association, and then just so we can move forward with the newer version that's coming out next season. So
The ones that were down here, I had a look at them when I was playing with my moth about a week or so ago, and they look fine. They look good. I don't know why somebody wouldn't jump on it. I actually did contemplate it myself, actually, but now the white one's gone. I only have white boats, so it's too late.
where would you park it?
Yeah.
That's Phil Marshall's problem.
Right.
I just get the boats, and then they all live at his place.
You're going to have to buy a dry hard stand somewhere shortly.
I've actually thought about buying a warehouse and just living illegally in one of those. I think now that I'm a single gentleman, I can do what I want if that's just me and the dog.
Mezzanine living.
It would be pretty flash. There would be a golf simulator. There would be maybe a bar or something set up in there as well.
So just to let everyone know, while we're waiting here, we are under AP. We were under AP just throughout the other classes had a general recall, and then they went under AP. We've now just gone into sequence from the looks of things for the 16s. So we're probably just under 5 minutes to a start.
So, as Jack used to be our tactician, what way are we going up the beat the first time, Jack?
Well, while there's still a little bit of tide running out, I'd suggest the right-hand side of the work.
So, for everyone that's a local, Tarrant Point side?
Yeah, an early tack off the start line, get the tide under your bow. The tide flows up into Willoware Bay and sort of curls around and down the other side, so you stay right, it lifts you up.
4 minutes.
So 4 minutes to go.
So for those that aren't just watching for the first time, they're not far off the start line and to the right. There's actually a sandbar called Middle Flat, and it should be deep enough today that they shouldn't have any troubles with it, but it does affect the tide. So the tide coming underneath Captain Cook Bridge, so on screen currently from left to right, it bends up and around the sandbar. So if you do tack it early, you will actually get some lifting tide heading towards Cummins Reef Pile and up into Willoware Bay. But if you go too far off the start line on starboard, you'll actually be punching into the tide on the way to the top mark.
Well, let's see if those predictions actually hold true.
Yeah, there is a little bit of an east in the breeze. It's not a southerly, that's for sure.
So we're just on 3 minutes to go now. Still looking like a sort of pin end favoured line, but an early tack.
So no one's really racking up yet. It's probably a little bit early for that, because we don't have much runway behind the start line because of Captain Cook Bridge. And if you do happen to go underneath it, sometimes it's quite hard to get back through the other way. I've done that a couple of times in my life.
Not with Jack, not when you're sailing with Jack, surely, Keegan.
No. We used to do a regatta up in Sylvania waters.
Hey,
used to be fun.
past champion of it over here, mate.
Oh, mate, it was a good fun day. Did Rob drag you down there for it, did he?
Yeah,
No, your old man dragged me down for it. It was pretty good. And there's the brand new St George Sailing Club in the background there. So you're down this way, pop in and tell them we said to say hi.
tell them Jimmy sent you.
Yeah. Won't get you a discount, but
Well, you can just become a member.
become a member and then you get your discount.
I think there's actually a membership special at the moment that I
Yes.
saw. 3 years for $25. What a bargain. And does that get you into Manly as well?
Get you into Manly. It doesn't get you the discounts at Manly, but if you're a member of Manly, you get discounts here because of the price structure. Your memberships down here are quite a
bit
lot less than Manly's.
Well, we go for volume down here. We like
Yes.
to please everybody.
We try to.
Yeah.
try to please everyone, geeks.
Okay, so we got about a minute 15 now to the start. A lot of boats starting to rack up behind the start boat. I would say they're looking at a pin end.
Yeah, they're definitely early.
Bosca's heading back and getting a bit more runway. 1 minute.
Which race is this, guys?
So this is the resale
Race 1.
of race 1.
Oh, is that what we're doing first?
That's what we're doing first.
More confusion than...
Not that it makes any difference to the overall point score or anything like that. So
we have a pool at the end.
there is the odd person out there that's pedantic enough to worry about it, but yeah, I'm one of them. Okay, 30 seconds to go.
30 seconds. They're probably a quarter of the way down the line, some of them. Bosca's trying to come through the middle here with a bit of pace. Obviously, he's left it he or she left it a little bit late. So they're coming through.
Coming through nicely at the moment.
I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
They're trying to go below Noakes. You've got plenty of room on the windward end, or the boat end, that's for sure.
6 to go.
Oh, it's going to be close.
Oh, I think they might touch and go. I'd have
Individual recall.
Noakes for that, I think.
I tipped Noakes, so I think they were clear.
Individual recall. Noakes and Richard.
Yep, just an individual.
For Noakes.
Yep, they're just easing off now. Great people, they're trying to scoot through the middle.
Yep, they've got their lane. They're through.
Always like an honest sailor. That's good. Okay, so first boat to go off, Sam Featherston, tacked off to port, and so far so good. Heading out to the right. Now we're just starting to see a couple of them peel that didn't get the greatest starts.
Yeah, Tagara being probably the most notable of them.
Yeah.
And no doubt Noakes, having rounded the pins on and coming across on port, will continue on.
Yeah.
Didn't hear who the other one was, but just looking at the start boat, they're still holding the individual flag up. So
Yeah.
Noakes came back.
Ooh. I don't know who was the other one. So you've got Bosca, TTR, Witchard heading out to the left. I think Sarah can't quite tack yet because of TTR, but... oh, no, they're not. They're just tacking. They're going to cross their bow. They don't want to go too much further than that. You sort of don't want to go past the middle flat green pile, and they're probably a couple of boat lengths above it. So they should be okay.
Richard with the other boat.
And Bosca's looking quite strong there on the way back.
The other boat that was over was Wishard. I just found out.
Ah, Luca Demi, pushing it. So that's Sarah's sister, isn't it, that steers that boat?
Yeah, Amy Mulkerns.
Ah, lovely. It's good to see so many girls steering these days, and there's some really good girls here. That I know Sarah. She used to give it to me around the track. You're so slow and you're old.
So she knows you well.
Yeah. I always say good things come to those that wait. So you've got most of the fleet are using True Flow sails down here at St George, which I take it's probably the same across Belmont, Manly, and that as well. But definitely the sails on the Bosca bill are Kurt specials that he's made himself.
Yeah, Pandora sails.
Pandora, is it?
Yeah. Pandora or Paradox?
Paradox, I think it is.
Sorry,
You're getting your jewellery and your sails mixed up,
Yeah.
Geeks.
Yeah. Oh, no, it wasn't me. It was
yeah.
because we were talking Christmas presents for, I was going to say our respective partners, but I don't have one. So we're talking about what Jack's going to get back for Christmas.
You keep mentioning this single thing, Geeks, like it's it's not perfect match on here.
Oh, isn't it?
No.
I thought the live stream was just like 90% ladies that watch every week because they know that you're on. I was just going to. Okay, so we just had a dip with. Is that no? Oh no, Quadracon dip TTR.
Yep.
Nice close cross.
Quadracon being down from Queensland for this race, so young Bo Mansfield steering with his old man Alan on the sheet and Barry Flanagan in the bow. They've come down. Evidently Barry was saying that couldn't really get much competition in Queensland. They're going that quick, so they came down here to show Pete Mackey how it's done.
They look like they're going through the water pretty well, but that's for sure. They've dropped a little bit behind Bosco, but Bosco knows this track pretty well, and I think they got a better start.
Just remember, Wishart didn't go back, so
That's right. Yeah. Yes. They've actually just tacked, so they're nowhere near lay. I don't know why they tacked so early.
you wouldn't have done that, would you, Keeks?
No, one and in.
Are you
I
suggesting
still call that now.
two extra tacks is a bit too much for the fitness, or?
No, not for the fitness, but you just got to play it smart. It's two races today. You don't want to wear yourself out early. So because there was a general for the other fleets, we've got a nice clear racetrack for the 16s. They don't have to worry about going through any MGs or anything at the moment. There might be the occasional windsurfer, but
Yeah, it's a rare piece of clear air and no traffic.
tell you what, in this commentary, you nearly need a swivel head, don't you?
Well, that's right. But look, we've got the screens in front of us here. Bosco's already cleared
good
out to a
point.
nice lead there. But yeah, the real smoky there is, like we said earlier, Quadracon down from Queensland. They're going quite well.
So the boys, just everyone knows, they're actually all ex-river sailors. Or maybe not Bo, but Barry. I actually sailed with Barry back in the Sprinklers Galore for about 6 or 8 weeks. I think it was a Queensland River Nationals,
Yeah,
1992. I think I was about 16, and I was on the main sheet for them.
Bosco build round first. Nice clean set.
Yeah, good little lead here already. Probably, 20, 25 seconds?
Yeah.
I'd say. And we've got... Who's this ripping over the top?
That's the...
Sam.
Yeah. The Sam
Nice.
So that early tack out seemed to help him.
Had to give room, all
Set.
clear around the marks. That was good.
Yep.
Phil, lucky Phil coming in fourth.
Wichard Tagara. Wichard, of course, not being going to be in the results.
Oh, they will be in the results.
And you,
It'll just
you
be
guys put the
OCS.
commentator's mocker on them with Tagara and Tribeca
Oh, yeah.
deep at the moment. They're not quite out of it, but
Well, my other one was Noakes, and they're just coming up to the top mark now, after having to restart.
Oh, geez, I'm glad I didn't change my tip.
But yeah, although Bosco's cleared out, some really great racing there in second through to fifth. I think we'll follow him down now. And interesting run this one, with the tide's still the tide running out. Normally this can be quite tight, but looks like they might have to soak a bit to get down the mark.
So as you're coming down here, so we're going to what's called the Waldron Street mark. But because there's a little sniffer of east in this breeze, you're getting a couple of little strong easterly puffs that will come in and drop your nose, and you'll be heading nowhere near the mark. If you see Bosca's fully lit up on their rear, and you've got a few of the other guys coming down here, not quite as blown away, but you're trying to go deep as you can, but not so much because it can get light at the end.
Yeah, obviously, the one thing you don't want to do is end up 4 or 5 boat lengths above the mark when you're trying to drop it.
Yeah, you don't
against the tide.
Yeah, you don't want to do 2 drives down here if at all possible. So I'd say Bosca's extended their lead just fractionally.
Yeah, it's on camera, mate. That's TTR Silver. They've solidified in second.
Yeah.
Bosco's coming into the mark now. They've probably got a 250 metre lead now.
Yeah. Looks like Gertz did the full gentleman's job and dropped it nice and early.
Kurt call that himself, does he? When he...
Yeah. He goes, come on, boys, I'm tired. I want to get this away nice and early. Actually, Napo used to love dropping the kite really early too, but Hubble was on the bow at the time. Yeah, so,
Suggesting he wanted to drop it before the mark.
Yeah. Well, Hubble was normally, if it was anything over about 15 and 20 knots, Hubble was already sitting on the side of the gunnel. He wouldn't get out on the wire. So he was already there, ready to drop it.
So Tagara's actually made. Well, this could be interesting coming into this marquee with Tagara. They're coming in hot with no rights.
Oh, I don't know.
Whoa.
It was technically they were in the right, but I don't think it's going to pay off.
How to make friends and influence people.
Yeah.
101.
Like we're nearly in their line coming out of this roundup at the moment. They've gone that wide.
We're okay
Everyone
here
else.
now.
So actually, yeah, Tribeca's come right back into it. Are they third now?
They're into third.
Yeah, got a good rounding there.
Yeah, third.
Yeah, because we don't count Wichard.
No. So.
There's a lot of people that have to do that 2 jobs, which we said that you don't want to do down here.
Yeah.
They always leave it really late because you think you're going to get down. So it's a bit of a disaster for a few of the higher handicap boats here at the moment.
But look, that's played well and truly into TTR and Tribeca's hands. That rounding for want of a better word, the peloton.
So I've been having a look at has Baz changed his sail shape in the big main in the last couple of years? Because they definitely look like they're setting up differently to what we had an old main on Bosca last year.
I think they got new masts. I think is the primary thing, and then
They're going to the TowPro masts. Is that what it is from CST?
something along those lines. Kagan. It's been a while since I've been involved in this class. You've been involved in it.
So you
Closer
had
than
the
I
old,
have.
I think they had the old filament wound ones, which were made with TowPro, and they were wet layer, and now they're gone to the TowPro, which is a pre-preg, I believe. Not that I'm any carbon expert. I'm
gonna
in
say,
financial. I'm in financial markets.
You're starting to sound like a moth sailor.
Yeah. So when Jack and we used to get our new boats, so Johnny wouldn't work on the boat unless we were there. But when we were there, we weren't allowed to do anything. I wasn't even allowed to mix the bog. So it shows how
interesting.
handy I am.
Sam Featherston there on the Boat Camp Metalworkers doing a 360. Just wondering whether that relates to the bottom mark rounding.
Yeah, I reckon it might have been because there was the TTR was. Oh, sorry, not TTR. Tagara was the one that came in, right?
Yeah, it would have been interesting because Tagara jived outside the zone, so whether they were actually overlapped at the zone or not would be interesting. But anyway, they've taken a penalty, which is probably the smart thing to do.
Safest thing to do, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we just had Bosca tack back on the starboard, and they're heading into Pelican Gut marks now, turning mark, which is over to our left of screen, and they go around that, and then they head back towards Captain Cook Bridge. So they go around starboard tack, set the chutes, cross middle flat. Hopefully, there'll probably be a couple of jives, because as we were saying before, most of the puffs are in the east. Oh, who's that? Supercoach. Outgoes coming past us on the right.
So interesting you mentioned about the safest option, Jimmy, with the 360. I think if we go back to the state title, it's at Manly a few weeks back. Bosca Build and Imagine Signage, both of them could have done with a 360, I'd say. Cost them their position at the top of the leaderboard.
I think if they have their time again, things will be a bit different.
Oh, is that, so we're allowed to talk about that now, are we? It's not
Well,
too sensitive.
We can talk about whatever we like on here to a certain degree, Keeks.
All right, so Bosca's just making their final tack into the mark. It's tacked on the port. Tell you what, Mackie's a lot quicker through the boat than what I am. And he's going to get a new hip in February.
So you put all the pieces of the puzzle together, so you'll be sailing on the Bosca come February.
Yeah, for Botany Bay Championship.
Right.
Are you doing the sprints, Keith?
That's the... Oh, maybe. I don't know. We didn't talk in that much detail.
And that glorious picture.
Okay, so you got TTR's coming to the top mark, and they've tacked, about 4 or 5 lengths off it. So they've got a few starboard attackers coming in. I don't think they're going to be able to get them.
Tribeca's going to be an interesting one here.
Oh, yeah. Cool, big call port and starboard here at the top mark.
Oh, that's a clear foul there.
Oh, jeez.
If I was TTR, it might be doing a turn.
There's no yelling and swearing at all that I can hear.
TTR are going straight for their kite, so they decided no, they didn't infringe.
Oh, but they might be going in backwards instead.
They're doing one of those other 360s.
They're going the horizontal 360.
Yeah. Interesting concepts. I like it.
They actually mentioned to me, I put the kiss of death on them last race when they were coming to the finish. And they asked me not to put the kiss of death on them today. It looks like they've done it to themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a bit of a shame.
With that spinnaker still half set, it drags it off down the
Yeah.
boat, down the bay, so you're swimming after the boat, unfortunately. This will be interesting with the MGs just not on screen at the moment to come and join us.
Yeah, I think the 16 should just get across them. They're obviously, they're crossing each other at the moment, the courses, because of the figure 8. But there is a clump of MGs coming from left to right.
We've just got to pick our spot to get through here.
So with the MGs, I actually gave Greg Junk a pep talk for the race. I told him I'd take the boat off him if he didn't win. And he's in front, so that's good.
In that,
So there's a little 13 notes shooting
Yeah.
across screen.
yeah, in that bunch was the 13-foot skiffs, the young blokes. Are they going to the Nationals, Jimmy?
I believe they are.
Yeah, I believe they are, yeah.
Oh, good. Because that's where they're going to get a lot, because they need some practice. Unfortunately, there's not more 13s down here, but they will be coming in the next couple of years. But they need practice against the other ones so that they can, work on their skills. So they'll be a lot better for it going to the Nationals.
So we have Tribeca driving, coming back at Witchard.
So Witchard's probably lined themselves up nicely with the skate coming up on starboard. Yeah.
Bosco already around the bottom.
Geez, they're trying a clean set of hills, the Boscoville.
Yeah.
So who's going to be their competition up at the Nationals? Moonan's going, I think. Is Imagine going up?
Yeah, Imagine would be my tip, would be their main competition.
Yeah, I reckon in that open racetrack, I reckon even though I've obviously got Gus is on board with me on the 18, I reckon they're going to be good up at the Nationals.
You reckon Ruffy and Gus?
Yeah, open racetrack, just let the boat go. And I tell you, I've heard Jimmy speak about Gus with praise in the past on when I've rewatched the live stream, and he's a top kid. I love sailing with him, even though he abuses me most of the time. But
Are you getting paid to say this about Gus? So is that how you?
This is how he gets him back on the boat for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we actually haven't sailed together this season yet, so this will be the first time tomorrow.
We were trying to work that out in commentary last week, the 18s, where the
So we've had.
Gussie had sailed.
Yeah, no, he was. Can get a little crumpy, so surprisingly.
So Quadracon coming
Just
in
on
hot
the
to the right of
of
camera.
screen, Quadracon coming in hot.
They're going to be dropping that on the wrong side
just
and then
pan round to the
reaching back
right
up
here,
to the
or-
mark. Come on, Baz, get it down.
Okay.
They're going to be doing a wide rounding here, Jimmy, I would predict.
Actually got that away pretty quick, Baz, for an old bloke. He's done all right there.
Yeah. So they're just about to go through the chive. Oh, actually done really well. Oh,
Did a Woody.
yeah.
Jive.
just about to say the same thing. No, they actually did that really cleanly.
Yeah.
That was actually well done.
So next to around are 11 and the metal workers.
Who's on the bow with Matt Mulholland these days?
So we've got Tom Bryden. So Tom Bryden, son of James Bryden,
Ah, okay.
and I think nephew of Paul Donovan, life member down here at St George.
Okay. Yeah, Bryden's name's been around the St George Sailing Club for a long time, so it's good to see the next generation coming in. Tagara's sort of fallen off the pace a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, they had to swim.
I was about to say that horizontal time they had down the bottom at the Waldron Street mark. Didn't
That'll
help.
be, well, it'll be good practice for them hopefully going through the fleet here. Be good practice for the Nationals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Small wins.
So we're now on the windward return segment of the race. This will give us a really good indication of how far Bosca has built, being able to pick their angles downwind. We'll see if they extend even further.
So because the tide should have changed now, and it's now probably just starting to come the opposite way. So coming in, call it flood tide. So you go all the way over here to the moorings, and just above the buoys that are on screen now is Cummins Reef, and you got to go around this pile on the eastern side. But if you can sort of sneak up here, you get a little bit of southerly slant, and you also get the tide actually underneath your bow, and it will actually push you up into Woolooware. Unfortunately, they're all a little bit low for it, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, let's not give away too many local secrets, Keeks.
Oops. He's still learning them, Jack.
Yeah.
I don't have to really worry about it in them off now. Just rip across. I don't have to, So we got actually on the eastern middle flat pile. We actually had Noakes tacked back on the board.
Yeah.
And they're going up the middle of the racetrack where the first bunch have all gone out to the left. I can't actually see Bosca. Oh,
Bosca's done it, mate. They were just on screen.
Bosca's
drone
gone.
shot, and they're in a different postcode, literally.
Yeah. They'd have probably a 2.5 minute lead at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe even more.
There they are.
Yeah, on screen. Nice. Good looking set of sails on that.
Yeah.
They're a lot tighter leeches than what the True Flow sails run, and a little bit flatter. So they're definitely a lot better when they're in your full swinging. I think they got a little bit too much twist on the True Flow sails these days. They always look like they're underbanked.
I'll tell you what, the Bosca they're just tacked now, but it seems to me they overlaid that mark by a long way. Doesn't look too bad coming in, but
I think they've got plenty in the bank there, Jack.
yeah, I think they're playing let them catch up and have a bit more close quartered practice.
So just off shot here, right just to the left of us, we got the Noakes, and we're just starting to get into the boundary section, and they'll be tacking back onto starboard, and it should be just a tight lay. They should get there, but. So this is their national championship crew. They got Jerome, and they got Bryce on the sheet.
Tommy Dawson's
a good young kid from Belmont.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bosca's around in the background there.
So actually, Tribeca's going to come in here. You'll just see on poking around the front of Noakes in a second on screen. There they are. They're going to come around into second. So it's good to see them. All their practice and is paying off.
I think the coach was on the left-hand side of the racetrack.
Hang on.
Don't start
Hang
these
on.
things, Keegan.
That's what they used to do in the Flying Ants over in Perth.
What way is his hat? Is he tilted his hat to one side or the other?
Doesn't someone at Manly do that as well?
Keegan, I don't think you're going to get a phone call of someone from Manly. I think you're going to get a knock at the front door.
You don't reckon I'll get the 6 o'clock Monday phone call?
No, I think you'll get a 6 o'clock knock at the front door. I'd be very careful.
Baz and I have a great relationship. I love dealing with
All right,
Baz.
so it's surprising that's only a 1 minute lead there, Bosca over Tribeca.
I reckon actually Tribeca came into them there a little bit.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, Noakes didn't make the lay line,
No.
unfortunately. So that's going to give Tribeca plenty of gap, so they can just go and hunt first.
There's a lot of east in the breeze at the moment, so they've come around that mark and they're basically just running all the way down to the beach at the moment. Bosca looks like they're just about to jibe.
Yeah.
Well,
We just got Noakes coming in behind a couple of skates at the set, so hopefully they'll just roll over the top, set the chute, off they go.
Quadracon coming in hot on port here to the top mark.
I reckon that breeze has shifted to the left probably, 10 to 15 degrees.
It has, yeah.
Looking down at Tribeca there.
Geez, their white hats stand out, don't they?
Certainly do. So they would be Vacobi hats, I would think.
They would be.
I have to plug my sponsor every now and then. Lovely Pat from Vacobi. Always very, very assistant of me. And my team, I should say.
We'll get the real what he thinks of you tomorrow. He's on commentary tomorrow.
Oh, is he?
So
oh,
we'll,
lucky I was nice then.
We'll find out what he really thinks of you.
Yeah. I tell you, we use the new black wetsuits over in Garda, and I'll tell you what, they were actually a little bit hot, and you'd think the water in Garda's about 10 degrees. I'll tell you what, they work perfectly. When I brought them back here to sail the moth in the middle of winter, they were glamours. So I believe with the new 16s that they're coming with the chute setup as standard, is that right?
No, not with the chute setup, but with the cockpit will be modelled on those sort of more sort of chute style boats. So it'll still be based around a bag drop.
Still be back drop?
Yeah.
Not on screen is Boscabill going around the bottom mark. So
So definitely a clean set of hills on the Bosca.
Yeah, so they're on their last lap now.
I think Tribeca should jibe soon because there is a little bit more east in his pressure. Looks like he's coming in, going to have a hot lay line.
They're going now.
They're probably looking for a jibe drop at the bottom for Rory.
forward and
I
straight.
think
Yeah.
they got...
You think Benny being a former forward hand would be nice to him, wouldn't it?
Not a chance.
Not a chance. Just got a couple of jet skis going through the course at the moment. Been quite nice and slowed down, which is good.
Tribeca around the bottom mark. Just a fraction late on the drop, but otherwise clean.
That was just a little bit of unfortunately, Benny will watch this back and he'll be like, oh, I wish we'd jibed, what, 2-3 boat lengths earlier?
Don't need to listen to you, Keegs.
Mate, you give them gold and they just, don't listen, I would have normally picked Rory to still have that pressure stack away. He's a good kid. I like Rory.
Put him under pressure, he performs.
Yeah. Yeah, Quadricon's really got away from the guys that they went around the bottom mark with last time.
Yeah. So the next 16 around going to be Noakes here, and Tribeca's really cleared out from Noakes as well.
I saw something interesting on the back of Noakes, so they should have no chance of having a tank with Haggard.
Oh, their Halyard Retriever take up line.
Looked like something out of a TP52.
Well, they got like an Unreal on there or something.
Yeah, and it's got like a big rubber band.
Yeah.
They look like some of those, those stress bands that you use to, in your rehab.
You got any room on your moths to put one of them, Keegs, for just something?
Well, I need it on the main sheet.
There you go.
That'd be good. That'd be handy. I actually get myself tangled up in the main sheet. I have one rope to pull and I get tangled up in it and tacks.
All right,
Quadricon, awesome stuff.
Yeah, they're going quite well.
Here is 11-teen.
So it's interesting with Quadricon. Our Mansfield's trapeze belt, I think he's 3 times older than his son.
And then there's the Noakes 13 going around.
Just to clarify, Keegs, not all of his trap belt is 3 times older. There was a couple of patches or extension pieces put in that look quite a bit newer.
Yes, I think they've been let out a few times.
Don't
Matty
like
Mulholland just going around on the 11-teen.
I shouldn't be throwing any stones in this glass house that I'm living in.
I was going to say, it's, this is a glass house, but
I'm actually a kilo heavier than when I won the Nationals with Hubble in, what was that, 2004. I don't know about the fitness side of it, but
I was
but
giving you that look,
the weight side of it.
So the metal workers are around, followed by Tagara.
I'm a little bit surprised that Tagara hasn't pushed through a little bit.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? Same with TTR. Well, they both had pretty long swims with the kites up.
Yeah. I think Tagara should get, what's Sam's boat called?
The Beaucamp Metalworkers.
Beaucamp Metalworkers and 11-teen. They should realistically get them up their speed. Maybe they pull some bang on, might help.
You see on screen there the leach profile of the metal workers. If you pan around if we can pan around to the right a bit, we'll actually get a look at the Tagara's main as well.
See how when they ease the boom, or ease the main sheet, the boom just pops up a little bit?
Yeah.
I've always believed that when you ease it a little bit and this much pressure, there should be no pop up. Because if you pop up, leach opens.
Yeah, it should go out, not up.
Yeah.
But it's obviously a theory they're going with.
Yeah. Probably pull the spinnaker sheets and the jib sheets in from over the side too.
On the flip side, the 13 looks quite nice trim there.
So how old's the guy steering that? It's only pretty young, isn't he?
On the 13,
Yeah.
I think definitely still in the sort of mid to late teens.
Yeah, so it shows that you can... I think now the pathway with what Manly's got set up, it's pretty much going to be right. So you're going to go out of a flying 11 or a MJ and just jump straight into a 13.
So
Just got some kumquat going through the middle of the course at the moment. You can see his track just there on the bottom of the screen.
So you get them everywhere, don't you?
Yeah. They're just, the only thing is here at St George, they're only about 30 feet, but when you get them on the harbour, they're about 60 feet.
So off camera, Bosca Build are almost to the top mark. Whereas the majority of fleet are still only halfway up the work. Bosca Build around now. Let's go around.
So yeah, Tribeca's cleared away from Noakes, so whatever the Supercoach TV's done for them, it's obviously working. So Tribeca missed a fair chunk at the beginning of this season. They were getting their boat worked on. You know much about it? What they've been done?
Yeah, they just had some structural issues with the boat that they wanted to fix, wanted to make it a bit stiffer. So I think they chopped her open and did a bit of work.
Looks like it's working for them.
Yeah.
They're definitely sailing better now than what I've seen for a long time. I actually sailed that boat in the Manly Nationals. It's actually pretty slippery.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're heading to Harvey Bay for the Nationals. I think we've got 5, maybe 6 skiffs from St George heading up.
Oh, good. National starts on about the 4th of January, doesn't it?
4th of January, yeah.
It's unfortunate that they haven't got the live stream going.
No, we won't be up there covering it this year.
What are you covering? Are you covering anything at the beginning of the season? Or beginning of January?
No, we've got a pretty quiet January at this stage, so
You'll be Hobart start, I take it?
doing the Hobart start and the Hobart finish.
Oh, lovely. I'll wave.
You're on one of those big boats, mate. You don't wave at us little blokes.
No, I'm a nice guy. I'll wave to everybody. I'm just a man of the people.
So Noakes is coming out next one and coming into the top mark, and considering they did have to go back at the start, they're not doing too badly.
Is Tribeca still using North Sails?
They are, yeah. So Noakes around now.
I think most of the guys came out here today thinking that the breeze was going to die, so they used their turbo jibs. I would say they're probably still just slightly out of range for them. They probably would have been better off with their second jib, but you know they're not greatly different in size.
No, I think with the flat water they could have got away with the second jib nicely, a little bit less drag.
Quadricon looks like a second jib.
It does. Okay. Noakes looking pretty good there, going down to the Waldron Street mark. Further up ahead, Bosca actually had to jibe to get back to the down there, so that breeze has lightened or shifted a little bit right.
Yeah. Quadricon's about to get a good little puff. I don't know, probably not enough to get them all the way down there, but a good puff. We're just about to cross over the 13-foot skip.
Nate's got a bit on here, trying to get over the top of a
Over the
MG.
Yeah.
Up there.
Nice and clean. I saw that one in advance.
So although the 16s are obviously the premier class down here, the other classes still enjoy sailing on the same race course, and every now and then they get a little bit of interaction. Usually it's all good natured.
Yeah, same rules apply, but
Yep.
so I was talking to Jerome before we came out on the boat. He's got himself up to 90 kilos. I think, unfortunately, with the Noakes, they're probably still down about. With Bryce, it's not huge either. I think they're down about probably 10, maybe 15 kilos in riding moment. So I'd be looking for them in the lighter races. I think they'll do really well.
Yeah, well, that was one of the reasons why I've tipped them today. I thought with the flat water and forecast the way it is, I thought they were a good chance.
I reckon second race they might be
Yeah.
right.
Some great drone work there by Piers. Quadricon, they're about to jibe. Be good. Don't stuff it up, Baz.
Late back.
Oh.
Just the backing was just a little bit late there. It needed to be just a fraction earlier. Or you just go straight on the new sheet if you're going to do it that late. It's got a fair few boats coming out of the Woolooware Mark at the moment. They're all in the straight line. There we go. Got a close race between Takara and 11 Teen, so Takara is starting to get through a couple of them.
Interesting enough, the metalworkers jumped on that work and got away from Tagara and 11-teen.
Oh, they did too.
Yeah. So for those at home that aren't sure what the name 11-teen means, Keegs, are you familiar with?
I've got a sneaking suspicion it's his 11th boat.
That's what one of the rumours was. The actual truth is when he gets asked how many beers he's had,
Ah.
he actually says, "Oh, I don't know, only about 11-teen." So yeah, interesting little play on words. But yeah, I think it's his 11th boat.
Okay, who you got here coming down with plenty of pressure with the white kite?
That's so far so good. But
Oh, so far so good. Yeah, got good pressure. They should be really running with it. Okay, so you got Tribeca coming up on a beat, coming down from the Walton Street Mark, heading to Pelican Gut for the last time. Actually looks quite good trim there.
Of course, Tribeca using North Sail, so going for a different setup altogether to the predominant true flow sort of setup.
Yep. See how it looks a little tighter on the leech, but then it drops away just up, probably about third batten down.
Yeah.
And then it hooks back up. It'd probably be better if they put a lighter, softer batten in the top, in the gaff batten. Just try and straighten it up.
Okay, so
And about to start to come into shot on the left-hand side of your screen is our leader, Boscabuild. There they are. There they went.
coming in on starboard.
there we go.
Final approach to the top mark. So they'll go around at starboard hand, tack on the port, set a shoot, and it's actually a finish in front of the club. Not at the start finish boat, or not at no finish boat.
Yeah, it certainly gives a thrill for all the spectators in the club when the skiffs come through and they're just having a nice relaxing meal and the hooter goes off. It's gives a bit of a thrill for the day.
How we get the drink sales up for the day.
Yeah.
Might set off a few pacemakers.
You're talking about trim, you just saw there on screen, Boscabuild, just, can't fault it, dead flat, boat moving nicely through the water. I know we say it all the time, but yeah, they do look good.
Were you putting the mocker on him for this pair away?
Trying to.
Yeah.
I don't think I had much luck with the breeze and the sea conditions.
I tell you what, Kurt does have pointy elbows, but got me a couple of times last year. Oh. That was great too.
Yeah, run down.
So Bosca's just had to make sure they go high line there just to get over the top of Tribeca, trying to get him on board and started. Now they've got to cross with Gibbo going the opposite way.
On the Lenny.
Lenny. So they're just doing a bit of cleaning work there. Looks like Mackie's cleaning the halyard or pulling the end of the main sheet. I can't remember how they're set up. He's in the bottom of the boat there now. They've probably changed it. Kurt spent a lot of time this winter doing a bit of renos on the boat.
Off camera to Tribeca around the top mark.
I don't know if he was trying to get out of baby duties because he's a new father.
Gives you a good idea of the gap between first and second there. Bosca in the foreground, and you got Tribeca in the background with the white spinnaker.
Here they go. Kurt drives the chute. Mackie just goes from side to side.
Wouldn't have happened like that in our day, mate.
No. That's because I didn't want to have to go that fast through. So slightly different, less the Kurt kite setup. They're a lot sharper at the tack than the True Flow rounded ones. I don't know which one's better or worse, but I tell you, the kites are actually, I don't know if he's changed the shape for this year, but they were the same shape as what we used when we sailed with Kieran in 2012.
The spatial info.
Spatial info.
Yeah, wow.
And it wasn't much, there was hardly any change in them at all. It took us a little while to talk him into making a little kite for the Nationals. I talked to him for about a week, and then Sarah goes, Kurt, I just had a dream that you made us a new little kite. And then Kurt goes, all right, I've got to make one. So he made one for the Nationals. Didn't listen to me. As soon as Sarah wanted one, he made it.
So they're looking very comfortable now.
So they got one jiving in to the finish. There they go. Jive a nice big back. I was like, nearly call that a full safety jive, wouldn't you? He backed it that far. So there's our lovely club. So they've actually got I don't know if you can see it in the screen. There's a blue diamond halfway along the middle of the club. That's the finishing end. And knocked off the kite before finish.
There they go.
Oh.
Might be worried about the shallows in their kegs.
Maybe they feel like they're far enough in front. They're trying to protect some handicap.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bosca gets the win in the resailed race 1. Puts him on 2 points after 2 races.
Who we got next? Tribeca. Not that far behind.
No, they've
Haven't
come.
done too bad here. Because I don't think they got the best start, did they?
No, they were probably 5th around the first mark, I want to say.
Yeah. So like
4th or 5th.
a little bit better start in the second race. So I reckon they, might have a good showing. Last jive and in. I can see them carrying the kite all the way through the finish line.
They might head in and possibly swap their spinnaker out with a big tear in it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, good pickup. You reckon? Wonder if they've even noticed.
You'd hope the kite trimmer would have noticed.
Oh no!
Sort of in a critical area of trimming.
it was pretty high on the luff.
So Noakes will be coming in 3rd. I don't think even I could put the kiss of death on him in this weather.
Yeah. They're pretty much all jived on exactly the same spot.
Yeah.
Looks really powerful, that kite. She's deep.
Potentially Tribeca, who have their support boat on the water, might be able to swap kites on the water.
Well, they coming in hot again. I think Bo's got to work on his ley lines.
Just blame it on Dad, wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably.
I was going to say, Dad's been doing it like that for about 40 years, hasn't he?
Al said he's 107 kilos. He's dropped a bit, and I think he thought that a nice tight angle back would be the go. Thought he'd just be able to swing it down.
I think they'll make this nice and easy now.
How old's Bo? About 15?
Yeah, I think he's only recently turned, but a really interesting story considering he had never actually steered any other boat before getting into the 16 as a skipper.
Here they go.
He
Final
crewed
job.
on an MG14 and then one season there and then straight into the 16.
Oh, he's doing well.
Yeah.
And with Spinnaker sheet, just a bit caught up there. Well sailed by those boys.
Yeah.
I think Baz went out on the wire under the spinnaker sheet. Got a few jet skis coming through.
They're great fun to deal with, aren't they?
Yeah. So Wishart just dipping a MG.
Very unfortunate for them that they were
OCS.
identified.
Yeah. This will be one of their better races, I would have thought, from what I've seen this year.
Just got our lovely sailing manager in the way again. Seems to be a highlight of his.
So a couple of boats coming down to the finish now in quick succession. Obviously, Witchard were OCS, but then we've got here 11. Is it all the metalworkers?
No,
Metalworkers,
metalworkers. So,
Boat
and then Tagara.
Tagara's finally got through them.
But they'd be obviously disappointed. Tagara. They would.
Yeah.
They went a bit of an all or nothing at that bottom mark the first time at Waldron Street.
Yeah.
Could have got them into second or third.
Maybe
If they had played it safe and just taken the easy rounding, they...
I was going to say, do you push it that hard that early? And
Yeah.
yeah, it's not the Australian sprint title.
You think it's been a long time since the top mark too? You think they would have pulled the Haggard up?
Geez, we're nitpicking, but
Yeah.
why not?
Why not? It's all practice. Like, let's be fair. Like the club championship's serious. Don't get me wrong. But you know, this is all practice for the nationals, especially the short course racing. We've got 11 team just about to go through the finish line, and then the next boat after that will be TTR.
TTR on camera there.
So they're just going to drive around us, go through the finish line.
So, who sits in the clubhouse and marks it all off?
So Darlene Mackey.
Oh,
Yeah.
g'day, Dales. If you're watching,
And Andrew McWhirter still doing it?
Yeah, Andrew McGuire. Yeah. Absolute legend of skiff sailing in St George Sailing Club.
you can see Noakes in the background of that shot, just on the beach. Just crew member running up the beach to grab something.
Oh, yeah.
I think they'll have a little bit of time up their sleeve. I think Lenny still has to go up to Pelican Gut. Mark.
Doesn't look like Tribeca saw their tear in their kite because they're over near Cummins Reef.
That's right.
Surely Junior'd have it in the budget to have 3 or 4 spares.
On the support boat, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's on the support boat. Good call.
So far so good. Actually, is Junior's sister's business.
There you go.
So. And,
What do they do?
Clothing, I believe, and ecologically friendly, sustainable clothing.
Oh, lovely.
I think so. Anyway, don't hold me to that. But so far so good. It's actually steered by my sister, your cousin, Keeks.
Yes. Bit of a family affair down here.
Yep.
It's actually our cousin, if you didn't know, that sponsors Bosca Build.
That's right. Yeah.
Kieran Humphreys, Golden Hammers himself.
G'day, Spesh, if you're watching.
he loves watching on a Saturday. Actually, there is a few celebrities watching today. I've already had a couple of messages. One Harry Price has been watching. Well, he's sitting on his protector.
Is he back
No.
out tomorrow or
No, I think he's done until after Chrissy.
bit
I
terminal?
think. Yeah. He's hobbling around Wallara.
It's
Didn't even help lift his moth box to go to...
Just to the right of that shot there is actually the support boat for the Tribeca, just getting a spinnaker chucked into it.
Jeez, why didn't we have that back, Jack? Why didn't we have a support boat? I know Jimmy did, but why
Yeah.
didn't we have one?
Oh, we didn't need one, mate.
Yeah.
We didn't rip kites.
Yeah.
You guys had spinnaker shoots anyway, so.
Yeah. We had Roscoe.
There's the beautiful St George Sailing Club. Oh, it's light.
Any spare seats? Can you tell from the drone shot?
There's a few out on the eastern terrace.
I think they have not a loud DJ, but just a nice music on Saturday afternoons for the visitors. Oh, they're only sailing two-handed.
Yeah,
Because someone's on the...
Rory ripped it, so you send him in to go and fix it.
which I don't understand then the concept of then sailing back to the club anyway, so...
It's not like it's a long way to go, is
An
it?
extra 100 metres, they could put it on the beach and retie it easily.
Have we got many more boats coming down from behind us?
Just got the Lenny coming down wind over that, whatever you call it, middle flat or whatever it is.
Middle flat, yep.
Right.
So yeah, I'm picking it all up.
Yeah.
You'll be a local in no time, Jimmy.
Put the boat in, what was it, the hole in the wall?
Hole in the wall, yeah.
There you go. Learning. I was nearly going to ring you on the way down, Jack, to see if there was a way around something because there was a bit of a traffic jam.
Oh, there's something on the Brighton today.
In my Google Maps now.
For down here, it's better to ring you than try and get my ways to reroute another way to.
Probably would have sent him past my house down Francis Avenue.
There you go. The spinnaker getting changed over on the Tribeca.
This is probably good practice for them for the Nationals, changing sails out on the water, things like that, even though it's probably going to be written out in the SIs.
Yeah.
Will we now?
Yeah. Can we get the drone right in there and have a good look?
Just see the technique, their bowline technique. Or
Yeah. I don't know if Rory actually knows how to tie knots.
Tie lots.
Tie lots.
And is that the Lenny coming home?
The Lenny come in.
Yep.
The white sheep.
It's Dave Gibson from the Gibson family.
Timmy Narborough and I think, Daniel Wiseman, I think.
That is Daniel Wiseman.
Yep.
Daniel Wiseman and I, as I will actually say it, we used to sail model yachts against each other about 20 years ago.
There's on screen there, you see the expert sail changing skills of Rory Cox. Or is Rory just sitting there not holding the other one?
Junior's going, no, it's $4,000, you're not having it.
No, I'm sure they get given them by Norse. They're one of their Norse better boats, aren't they?
Is Lenny, which we believe is the last boat to finish this race.
Correct. So let's see how long it takes the race management team to get us underway for what will be race 4 of the Club Riley Fittings Club Championship.
I was talking to Bryce the other day down at, because I was getting a new forestay made for the moth. He was telling me that Riley's pretty much up to full production now again, which is good to see. Everyone will be aware, Jack and I have been using Riley fittings since we were little kids. We weren't allowed to use anything else.
Good supplier of shackle keys, you two were.
It's funny you mention that. I had one of the MG sailors come up to me in the boat park early today saying, Jack, have you got any of these shackle keys left?
Right.
All I said was no, but you can jump on the website and buy them. They're in production, so jump on there.
Rob Napper sailed with me for one season. I think it was 2003.
Yeah,
I reckon he would still have maybe 20 or 30 shackle keys still.
No, thank you very much. They all ended up over at the fire stopping program.
Yeah. How many nationals has Rob won?
More than me.
Yeah, definitely. Probably more than us combined. It'd have to be 5, wouldn't it?
Something like that. I'm sure Rob would be watching, so text us, Rob.
It was a pleasure to sail with. Unfortunately, he didn't want to come down the Georges River for another year.
Don't blame him.
The beauty of sailing down here is the ample parking, the no traffic on the water.
Just over 30 seconds, over.
You get a sou'easter quite well, and there's no big sea swell.
You're not going a mile offshore.
Yeah. I used to get seasick sailing.
And you're going
around,
Hobart. All right, Keeks. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
But at least it's on a big boat.
That's
So,
why he wants to do it in 2 nights.
yeah.
So not far off sequence here. We're just waiting on some comms off the start boat.
I don't think they've moved
There
the
we
line
go.
any.
5 minutes.
Looks like the same start line, but the tide should be coming in now, which it is, because the
Start boat has rotated around a little bit.
old bill is rotated.
Almost facing into the breeze.
Almost facing into the breeze, yeah.
Race 4.
She does wobble around that boat. So second race of the day, but race 4 of the series.
That's front deck into
So it's really going to be interesting to see how the likes of the Tagara, TTR, and the Noakes that had their little misadventures in race 1, see how they bounce back. Noakes actually bounced back not too bad with a third in that race, but
So we're going to do predictions for this race.
you want to do predictions for this race, right?
Yeah.
We can't pick the same boat as last time,
Can I say about it last time?
so I'm going to
All
jump on the Tribeca.
You're going to jump. Well, I was just about to say, I'm not going for the Tribeca. I know this is probably not good, Rory. I'm actually going for that because they haven't seen them actually test the chute to make sure they put it back together properly.
There it is in the back of shot, Keeks.
Back of shot?
Spinnaker's up.
Spinnaker's up. Okay. Damn. I was going to say that there was going to be a sheet around the luff.
They haven't jibed yet. So
Okay. So I'm still a chance.
Yeah, they're on outside jibes.
Hey, it might work. Bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah, let's see if it pays off.
That is.
So who are you? So you were going to say they're going to do that, but who are you on now?
Well, this is going to be an interesting start line. That is way pin end favoured. Like,
Yeah.
way pin end. If I would ever do a port hand start, this would be the time. But I never do them, so it'll be okay. It would.
Sorry, guys, just got to interrupt Keeks here. I remember Moth Nationals down here at St George Sailing Club where first race.
yeah, someone did a port hand start, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay, like Tuesday, I'm over that now. I've come to terms with it. No, it actually, having that port hand start actually really helped out Andrew Sim. Got him a really good boat. He's made it better than ever.
And got us a volunteer for the rest of the regatta.
Yeah.
With you available.
There was benefits to that. I did have ample help on the boat with me. It was very kind company. So my bold prediction is that I reckon Noakes is going to do better this time, and I reckon Noakes and Tribeca are going to push Bosca Build.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
How about the TTR group?
Lucky Phil, I predict he's not going to swim this time, and he will be a close fourth.
Close fourth. I'm going to say it's Bosca, Tribeca, TTR,
Okay.
just to shake things up a bit.
I'd like to see Tribeca throw it down to the Bosca
Yeah.
guys, just
Yeah.
purely based on the fact that Tribeca seemed to be able to change gears a bit in that first race today, and they look like they were sort of taking some out of the Bosca here and there.
I think if you take away where they were on the first work, and the rest of the race, they pretty much held Bosca. So, if not, like you said, took some out of them.
I predict we might have someone starting on port.
You got a lot of predictions,
lot of
Keeks.
Well, that's because Tagara, with a minute 20 to the start, is way up the pin end on port.
Yeah.
You'll next tell us you're sponsored by Predict Wind or something, will you?
No, but I'm
Not
more
yet.
than happy to take the sponsorship if they want to.
Right.
So talking about Port Handers, actually just got back from King's Cup in Thailand, sailing on a boat that you're quite familiar with, Jimmy.
Yes.
Last race of the series, we managed to pull off a port tack start and cross the fleet.
Wowzers.
Less than 1 minute to the start. They're a little bit more conservative than last time, which is good.
Things
Yeah,
like
he's actually-
Tagara has sort of gone, oh, it can't be that good of an idea. We're the only ones here and come down to join the fleet.
Yeah.
I think it would be a good idea.
I think they were just too early.
Yeah.
You can
That's-
tack and jibe around. It's not like
There's-
it's top of the rig.
Running into the tide with 30 seconds to go, the only person with a chance of sort of being on the pin, I reckon, is TTR. Well, now Tagara that they've tacked on to starboard.
They can't get to the pin from there.
Yeah, they're all going to be flopping at the start, I think.
That tide is definitely running in now, so
50, 40.
it could well be that heading left up this work might be beneficial now.
I think we've got a couple that are going to be a little slow.
4, 3, 2, clear start.
Clear start.
Clear start.
And I think Tagara looking really nice there, as is TTR Civil. Bosca's going to have their work cut out for them here. They're sort of buried sort of mid-fleet, started about a third of the way down the line.
I think the same with Noakes. Noakes, unfortunately, was about halfway down the line and Bosca's just starting to roll them. I think they were getting gas off Wishart. So the aim here is to go a little bit further than you would have last time when the tide was going the other way. You actually want to get on the eastern side and get the tide ripping up the eastern shore. Bosca's had to tack out. Noakes ended up getting them. Close cross with the metal workers, but they got across.
All right, so we game on here. Tribeca in nice clear air, heading out to the left with Tagara and TTR. Bosca heading back right. Let's see. When they come back, who's going to be in front?
TTR, not TTR. Tribeca's got some height there. I don't know what they're going speed-wise. It doesn't look too bad, but they're definitely high in the group. So we're just on the drone and we just got Tagara who's just tacked in front of TTR.
And crossed, just.
TTR needs to pull on about
Big
6 inches of bank.
Big duck on Tagara around the back of Tribeca.
Yep. They should safely cross Wishart, I think. Okay, Lucky Phil's still heading out here to the left with Tribeca. Actually doesn't look too bad. There's the old oyster leases here at the beginning of Pelican Gut. You can sometimes get a zephyr of east out of here. You got to pick your timing because if you go too far, you run out of pressure.
Yeah, about here's probably about the right place. And there they go. Right in the middle of the channel there, getting the maximum advantage of the tide.
So they look like they should just cross Wishart here, I think. Oh, it might be close. Wishart's in a little lift. I think Tribeca got
pressure
across.
coming to them here.
Yeah. Oh, they're bailing. Oh, yeah. TTR dipping. Better to be safe than sorry.
And if you see in the background of that shot, you can actually see Bosca build over there on a really nice right-hander. Or have they...
No, I think Tagara's got them.
Tagara's got them still, yeah?
Yeah, Tagara's on a lift on Port Tack. I would say that these 3 boats here that are on screen are just about to hook into a little left here and a bit of up pressure. Which actually looks like the setup's actually pretty good. Tell you what, mate, Tribeca, right on the edge of that path, it's just climbed.
It's gone up 10 degrees.
Still going to be a close cross with Bosca.
Bosca's tacking back.
Bosca bailed. Is that because you didn't want to have a close cross with a sister? You just want to get out early? So currently we've got Tribeca. He's coming into
Looks like
with
Tagara's,
Tagara.
Yeah, Tagara's got them. Close racing, good to see.
I said Tagara, didn't I?
I think you said no.
I think you said the whole fleet, Keith. Don't come up into the commentary box on Boxing Day because you'll box the field on us.
Oh, I did look at the odds the other day for line honours.
You know you can't bet on yourself.
Correct.
Bet responsibly.
I'm too cheap to bet on myself anyway. Just got Tagara weaving through a couple of boats here on the left-hand side of the track. They did that pretty comfortably. It wouldn't be far off a Port Tack ley line.
There they go, attacking now.
So that'll be in full tide. It's going to go up and rip around into Woolooware at the moment.
This is going to be a great top mark. There's going to be plenty on here.
Oh yeah. And we've got Quadricon just behind Tagara, probably about 5 lengths behind. They could get into the mix here as well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, possibly 7 boats are going to go around this mark pretty quickly. I think Cloudy's picked the eyes out of this so far.
Yeah.
And the guys that are on the right are in well lifting pressure on Port Tack. They've just tacked on the starboard. I'm not sure how they're going to come back. Cloudy's just weaving his way through some MGs.
I reckon Quadricon's going to get into second here at this mark.
Very much so.
It will be an interesting tack,
Yeah.
I would say.
Send it. Put the helmets on, boys. In you go.
All right, so you see the procession on screen coming in on starboard tack. You're going to have Tagara attacking around the mark just in front of him. Quadricon's just in screen. I think they're lining themselves up bow to bow with TTR. Oh no, they dipped them. Let's see if they've... Oh no, they're tacked. Interesting. Better not... Come on, Al, not too much weight. Get the boat moving.
So Tagara, a bit of an untidy set on Tagara there, but they're away now. CTR second. Quadricon, Tribeca and Bosca. Say Bosca fifth there.
Oh, went straight for the set. Didn't try to reach over the top of Tribeca. Tribeca's got their kite on and going first. So they're going down the Waldron Street now. We saw last race that it was a bit looser than the time before. What do you think? I think Tagara should be trying to get away with whatever they can, give themselves options.
Yeah, they should probably get a little bit of tide assistance this time, pushing them down.
So what do you reckon that was? The first 8 boats within 20 seconds of each other?
Yeah, 20 to 30 seconds.
Some good close racing there.
Yeah. The 16s are going down here a lot deeper than the MG fleet, so there should be not too much traffic for them. Okay, so they're definitely going to have to jive down here. Now it's when to pick. So if you go too far on starboard tack, you can actually run out of pressure because the breeze comes more out of Pelican Gut than what it does on the northern side of Pelican Gut usually. But you always like it's very hard to know when to jive.
Well, that's the problem. You jive too early, it's very hard to pick your lane line back in, especially with a running tide.
Tagara is looking a little soft there. Not too bad, but a little soft.
You're almost encouraging the boats behind you to soak as well. You don't want them to sort of one to go up and one to drive off.
Okay.
Trying to control them behind you.
Tagara's thrown one in. It's looking a little soft.
Yeah. Well, TTR closed right in on him then.
Yeah.
As did the other boats, actually.
There is a dark one on the beach coming, Jack. It's going to hit him in about 30 seconds.
Just in time for the drop, hey, Keeks.
No, I think we're still, unfortunately, a couple of minutes away from that. Let's just see. Do you reckon Tagara just wants to get around cleanly this time?
Well, they're not coming in hot on port, are they? They're doing a conventional approach, let's say. Tagara jibes. It's not a bad lay line, I think. Tribeca jibe quite late coming in on the port approach.
Quadricon, they've done all right down here. They're going to have they've got a really good ley line.
Close one between Bosca and Tribeca there at the top of screen.
So a little bit of yelling, a little bit of...
So what do we say about down here the last time?
Roles are reversed.
We've got another repeat, but just different people this time.
Tribeca through to the lead.
Rory, good drop. Come on, Rory.
Oh, geez, Kurt, what's going on there with your drop?
Yeah. Oh, do you reckon that's going around the back of the boom?
Close to it.
Oh, that was close.
So the first four around within 10 seconds of each other. Quadricon in fifth, and Noakes have done quite well. They picked up a couple of boats down that run.
If Barry's finished packing that kite, tack.
Yep, there they go.
Fleet's still very compressed, aren't they?
Yeah, no. It's good racing down here every week, Jimmy.
It's good to know.
God's country.
You sound like that Ted Bullpit.
Who?
Kingswood country.
Ah. Okay, so you saw that Quadricon tacked earlier, but Bosca and Tribeca, and he's got a nice clean lane there, and you got Bosca. You got Sarah ramming the eyes out of it, trying to squeeze Tribeca out. They have. Oh no, they're still going. They're still going in a straight line. Which is good. It's
Very hard for Tribeca to live there long term.
yeah. Unfortunately, the Quadricon's just fallen off a little bit. I don't know if they're just reaching fast or if they're just falling off the pressure.
It's Quadricon just there on the right of screen with no sign writing, which they'll have to have sorted before the Nationals, I'm assuming.
I think they put the wrong mainsail in the trailer to come down. Was the problem?
That's a rookie error, isn't it?
Yeah. So they will have signage for the... So I saw David Freeman, their sponsor. We had a bit of a chat, and they'll form a legend of the juniors down here at St George. Tribeca's looking... No, not Tribeca. Tagara is actually looking quite good out here on the left. Just off shot.
Yeah, hooked into a really nice lefty. A little bit more coming down to him as well.
Are they block to block on the main sheet? They are, aren't they?
They're pretty close.
You'd hope so if they're bending, Keegs.
Well, I couldn't see that. I should have been looking on the screen, but I was looking through the front window.
Jimmy, as you know, mate, in the sheet hand will often say, wait in. You look out there and there's 8 or 9 inches of sheet you can still pull on.
Never. Me and Keegs never did that, mate.
No. Mate, I didn't want to bend.
Yeah,
Still don't want to bend now.
I've got memories of sitting to leeward at times.
Actually, Quadricon's come back actually really well. They went around the bottom mark, were 5th, and they've tacked early the bottom mark, got out to the right, came back on a nice little one here, and I reckon they're up into 2nd now. Bosca's tacked on the starboard ley line.
Tribeca's tacked on the port. Or just under.
Just under the ley line, but it
Yeah.
looks really soft and patchy out here at the moment on this
I
side.
reckon
On
the
this
boys
take.
on Tribeca would have just, once they tacked in and just seen Quadricon pop around the forestay, just be like, what happened then?
Yeah. There'll be Benny. He's 15. How did he pick that? And I reckon the Quadricon would have a bit more weight too than the Tribeca on the wire. That is.
So it looks like normal programming is resuming here with Boscabuild getting back into the lead here.
They've absolutely done a number on Tribeca, unfortunately.
Squeezed him out, forced him the wrong way. And now extending.
I reckon that's going to be on TV's list for the debrief after the race.
Just seen the pen going to paper as we went past him.
Yep. So what do you reckon it's about? Bosca's probably put, what, 15 seconds on the fleet? They do have an interesting bear away. They can't just bear away and set a shoot. They've got a few...
Got a bit of traffic there, don't they,
A
Keeks?
few MGs and a couple of 16s that they've got to deal with.
And a windsurfer.
And a windsurfer.
Just to throw into the mix, mate.
But there's no skates. Where are the skate?
Jeez. Boy, we really needed a moth coming through as well.
Mate, we don't worry about the rights. We just rip through, gone. Ooh, geez, that's tight.
So yeah, Quadricon followed by Tagara and Tribeca. That's Tribeca led round that bottom mark.
And they haven't put their buttons. Oh, that will help get around.
Oscar's gone.
Wronski. If these guys all get a clean set, not too much traffic, they should gain a little bit back just because of... Ooh.
Off camera, just a little bit of yelling from some of the skiffs going around, some disagreement.
Richard and Beauchamp just going around the mark.
One came in on the port lane one came in on the starboard.
A few suggestions that someone was already on lay and they should tack.
Bit of a slow set on both.
It's an interesting little work from Waldron Street up here to Pelican Gut. It's not that long, but geez, from the looks of what it does to the results, what it's done to the placings at the moment,
It's incredible, isn't it?
yeah, it's
You
really...
you can, if you're not seeing it very well, it is massively rocks or diamonds. That stretch of racetrack would be 4 times harder than the club to Woolooware.
I suppose that's one of the the advantages of having a traditional style course rather than just a straight equipment Lewis. It throws a bit of a challenge to competitors.
So Bosca actually got a lot of depth out of that. So after having to sort of reach for the first mainsail and jib to get around those starboard tackers, they've actually got most depth coming down here. They should be just about the job. Here they go. I think the breeze was predicted to be a lot lighter today, and I think it's just starting to lose its punch. Yeah, it should be enough to get through the rest of the race.
We're probably seeing probably 8s now rather than the 10s that we had earlier.
Yeah. They're predicted to go to the northeast for a little while this afternoon before heading back to the south tomorrow. So all the main front runners are on starboard now. You just got Bosco jive drop, I would expect. Yeah. Come on, Kurt, anytime now.
Nice, comfortable drop for him as well.
Is that the sort of encouragement you were giving him during the Nationals?
Yeah, pretty
Keeks?
much.
Yeah.
When we, so this was about this time of the year last year was when we actually got the boat. So we were frightfully unfit. Oh, we had a 2 race day, and I think Sarah was laughing at us, and Kurt and we had to have a lie down between race 1 and race 2. And I think we swam in the second race. I think Kurt wanted to go in, but but I think we still managed to 4th. But geez, we worked on our fitness pretty quick.
Pretty incredible feat, though, considering this is how close you got the boat. to go on and do what you guys did, and especially for Sarah being the first female skipper in the history of 16s to pull it off.
We didn't. At no stage did I treat her like a female skipper. When we were sailing, we expected a lot from her, and Kurt expected a lot from her, and I'll tell you what, she delivered. She sailed so well.
How do you normally treat female skippers, Geeks?
Are you implying yourself? I'll tell you one thing that she does that I've never actually had that I used to sail with. She actually hiked.
Yeah.
She hikes upwind, downwinds, where I never saw Jack's bum ever leave the gunnel.
That was noted. The Skippers Union warned her about that.
Yeah. I don't know. It was. We knew when we. So I rang to speak to Baz. Funny you talk about Baz. I rang to speak to Baz, and Baz didn't answer the phone. Gary Payton did, and said we're thinking about borrowing Typhoon. But I said there is a possibility that we also might be able to get the Southerly. And Gary Payton said Southerly every day of the week. We do not know why it's fast. And I took that as I got straight off the phone, called Kurt, and said,
Baz rang you back and told you the other way around?
No, he didn't actually. Well, he might have spoken to Kurt, but he didn't speak to me. And the first race in that one where we nearly passed out, it was a double race day, and we won the first race by a fair way. While we were sucking in the big ones, I said to Kurt, is there an option to buy this boat? And he said there actually is. And I said, ring him up and pay for it this afternoon. Because there's not very often that you get a magic boat. And I don't know what it is about it, because it's the same as every other boat. She's super slippery.
Oh, it's close down there.
So we just had the metalworkers tack here in the moorings on the right-hand side of the course. We've got Tagara just heading across middle flat. Who else? Who's that just to the left of them there, Jack?
Quadracon in there?
I think it is the Quadracon. So Quadracon, what, close seconds? Tight? Oh no, probably Tagara.
Tagara done quite well there, but
We just had Tribeca just under-tack them, so it's all right on the top of middle flat, heading out on port. They got the next bunch of boats comfortably. You've got Noakes starting to go through the fleet a little bit here at the moment, which they should really be. They should really blow the doors off the guys around them.
interestingly enough, further in the course, Moscow is going on the right-hand side of the course, the same way as Tribeca is. Noakes, Tagara, Quadracon heading left.
I think even though it's the wrong thing to do for the tide, I think the pressure is still a little bit more consistent out here to the right. It's a bit patchy on the left. I would have to say there's probably 3 or 4, maybe 3 knots more here on the right at the moment.
And enough Tagara's actually tacked to come back this way as well.
Yeah.
Right, so,
I tell you what, Boss has done a number on him again.
yeah.
A big number on them.
And I wouldn't have said that the second, third and fourth were really affecting each other too much.
They just put another 200 metres on the fleet.
So I think I saw some photos that they did a regatta up at Harvey Bay a couple of weeks ago. And I think there was about, probably about 8 or 9 boats, I think, from Queensland. Would that be about right?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I thought that was a good little fleet that they had up there for the practice regatta. So it's good to see there's plenty of people up in Queensland sailing. Obviously, we'd like to have as many as what we have in New South Wales. Does anyone know where the Nationals is after Harvey Bay?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, I'm going to start a rumour. I reckon it
Start.
should be Perth. I think we should go back to Mounts Bay.
Mate,
If we go back to Mounts Bay, I'll either try and kick Mackie off or I'll buy a boat. I love Mounts Bay.
commit, Pete, commit. Commit
Yeah.
to buying a boat.
I
Just
would.
buy one.
Just buy one.
You haven't got a 16. You got everything else.
Nah, that's where I've got to pull the line. If I sell my second moth, I could do it. Get rid of the 18? No, I don't know about that. I like the 18 because I get to steer, but I couldn't
So
steer.
hold on, what do you do on the moth?
I steer them off too.
Right, okay, just
but-
making sure.
But I can't steer a 16. I'm way too big. I knew that from when I was about 13.
Yeah.
Just bring us back to the race at hand here. We've got Quadricon here, coming in, they look like they might have solidified second pretty comfortably there.
Oh, really? They went out to the left?
So they went out to the left.
Yeah, this is the dog leg. So we're up to Woolooware and back down to Captain Cook Bridge, or the clubhouse mark as we like to call it. So Bosca's about 4 boat lengths from the mark. We've got one MG that they should be able to get inside of without any troubles. Yeah, Quadricon in the background coming in. Oh, in the foreground. Sorry, I was looking out the window. I keep forgetting to look at the screen.
Jibe set on the Bosco. So obviously what you're saying, they were keys with the breeze out to the right, they could jibe to go back into it.
It's all about keeping your eyes out of the boat, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what's good about any sailing, isn't it? You're taught that you can't see the wind if you're looking in the bottom of the boat. You know, playing with ropes or whatever. 16s is very much a head out of the boat and looking at the wind, seeing, and so much so at St George Sailing Club. You know, Jack and I have been sailing here since we were little. Yes, we know certain landmarks and certain places, but, you know, if you can see a shift coming or whatever, you can make huge gains.
There's no certainties down here.
Yeah. It's probably a little bit less predictable in Woolooware / out the front of St George than what it is at Georges River and actually out in the bay. You know, you get a lot more variation in here.
So Tagara jibe setting as well. Quadricon actually stood on. They're still going off on starboard.
Going minimalistic, are you saying that the boys are old? They actually got a bit of depth there.
Yeah, just come back to this. I can see what Bosca and Tagara were jibing for. But, yeah, Quadricon doesn't look too bad.
I reckon that Bosca's obviously done it. They're going to go well because the boat's a rocket ship. But Quadricon's actually had a better angle. They're both on starboard at the moment. Yes, opposite sides of the racetrack. But Quadricon's definitely lower at the moment.
Depending on what breeze they get down here, maybe the big thing.
Yeah.
I'll have a bit of time.
Tribeca just jibe back to head out the same way as Bosca, and I can't see a puff as to why they would have jibed, but we'll see what happens.
Plenty of options all down this run. Going to see right as well.
Okay, so what have we got on the screen? Quadricon's just lifted a little bit. They're just there in front of, we've got Noakes on screen. They're just lifted a little bit. They should actually be jibing. I hope that they understand that they're not going to Walton Street.
They're listening to your keys, they have just jibe.
And if they go with the angle they had, they might have, might be a little tight on the way back. Hopefully Noakes will see that and jibe a little bit earlier. Yes. So the actual mark, if you're looking at the back, is lined up with that pile or just to the left of the pile or bang in the middle of the bridge. With the pressure that's coming down, I don't think they need to press onto this a little pretty hard, I think. They're just going around the back of an MG.
I think they've just realised where the mark is.
Yeah. Actually, even though they went probably a little bit too far, there is a big hole in the middle of the course. So hopefully they'll scoot around in front of that and they'll just be all gains. Boss has just gone for the drop. Come on, Bowie, get it right up on its ear. I don't think he's trying, is he, the young bloke? Do you miss sailing, Jimmy, when you see shots like that in front of you? Oh. Watch the pole. That was a really good run down there from Quadricon. I reckon they've taken a little bit out of Bosco.
Instead, they've probably got an extra 15 seconds, 10 seconds on that.
Yeah. So who's the hot tip from in the Queensland feed? Is it the Quadricon or is it?
Mate, you'd have to say after today, wouldn't you?
Yeah. If they're this close, if they can stay this close to Bosco, you know, they're a chance at the top 10 at the Nationals, I would think, quite easily. We might have to get our fit.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they go in the fresher conditions. I know Alan and Mads have always been pretty good in the fresh stuff, but just those first season, how's it going to go on the wood?
Tagara around third. Kite's almost away. Noakes fourth.
Close in Noakes and Tribeca. Our tips.
Yeah, we're doing well, aren't we? Come on, Rory, get it away, get the chip on. There's the advantage of the chute. I know it's hard with the big sail, but Chits just changed it just a fraction too early for me. Can't Chits, this is not hard, mate. You've been doing it for a while. Bloody hell.
This breeze has really moderated, hasn't it?
Yeah. But it's funny, it hasn't
the
actually...
temperature hasn't.
Oh yeah, she's hot in here. But the funny thing is, usually as it drops, it usually shifts a lot further left. And there's been patches of it, but it hasn't really shifted left greatly. So we're just going to have a look at the Norths rig here for a second. There's Wendy make them.
Big Wendy tells them to make them.
Or does Dick Parker make them?
The thing's fair bit of input from Black Quarry.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Who uses them up the lake?
The Skelpot boys, potentially.
They're pretty quick. It's got a lot of depth where the tee is. What do you call that? Just below the top spreader.
I've just received a comment saying that we should give up our jobs trying to trim and analyse sail shapes.
Why is that?
Well, I'll let you guess who that was from.
Morgo.
No, we sailed with him last night.
Sailed with him last night. Oh, Shane. It's good to see he's watching. Shouldn't he be out sailing as a pro sailor?
I think so.
One thing we're held over Shane, I think we're going to be better in a 16 than he is.
I don't think he'd be able to step up, would he?
No, I don't think so. Mate, his feet are too big. He wouldn't be able to get through the boat.
Big challenge for someone so late in life to,
Take up dinghy sailing.
yeah.
So we've got Lenny in the background. They're just falling a little bit behind, unfortunately. I think they might have had... Oh, the sails don't look wet, so they might have
A little bit
just...
small, by any chance.
Oh, nah. I think they're still big rig. I think they're big rig.
I think there might be an undersized one.
Yeah. It looks like an old Bodney Access mainsail.
Mainsail, definitely.
Oh, that's a real safety job, that one. There we go. They're having a bit of fun this year, you know, first year in the class.
Yeah, that's right. They bought a boat off Facebook Marketplace or Country or something like that. They're out here and they're going sailing, so...
Couldn't think of anything better to do on a Saturday afternoon. Quadricon's looking good there. They're in a nice little line, heading out to the left. They're not too far off attack.
They've got Tagara tucked away nicely with the loose cover, so...
Yep. Actually got nice little pressure there coming out of Pelican Gut. They're not going to the mark that's just coming into screen. They're actually going to Woolaware. Oh, bit of what will he attack there? Will be alright. Oh, interesting. Undertack by the Tagara underneath Quadricon.
Lee Stern.
Leah Stern. They've been taking tips off Christo.
I think it's a bit of an idea of the gap there. So Bosco doing on screen. In the background, you've got the chasing pack.
Bosco's not on the port lay line. They've probably got about 15 lengths to go on starboard when they do tack. And Quadricon's got a little bit of pressure here on the left, so hopefully they can rip it in, and they hopefully won't have lost too much. If not, maybe gained an inch. I have to say I'm pretty impressed with Quadricon in this pressure.
I think they'd be ecstatic with this race so far. Fingers crossed that we don't kiss a death on them.
Yeah. What age were you, Jack, when you first steered at 16?
Oh, it's 13 or 14, but perhaps you're talking about the old man's boat after someone flying out in the morning.
Yeah, I reckon it's the kids will learn a lot more sailing at 16 in the afternoon and they're flying 11s or whatever in the morning than what they would if they just stick to a flying 11. Oh.
Oscar build around. Got a wine glass.
Ooh.
Looks like it's coming out.
Pop.
There it is. So I think they probably look like they might have a 30 or 40-second lead.
Yeah, a little bit more than the bottom mark, only just. Quadricon tack bear away. Here we go, nice bear away. Come on, Barry, get it to the top. Just got to go over Noakes. All clear. Tagara in third. Noakes close fourth. I think Tribeca's lost a couple of boat lengths up this way, unfortunately.
You think maybe Tribeca put too much practice in this morning and the fitness has got to...
Or maybe.
They seem to have faded in this race.
They were out there for what, about 2 hours?
Something like that, yeah.
And they'll be all the better for it come the Nationals.
Yeah.
They will.
Like while myself and Deegan were eating some pies before the race, they were practicing. Just don't understand that.
Don't understand that concept. Beer and pies is the way to do
No,
it.
actually got to thank you, Jimmy. That lunch was really nice. I love having seafood platters. It was good. On the club, lovely. I can see why you do this every week.
So Quadricon driving on screen.
What was Luca doing then? Oh, we don't know on screen. You would have seen Luca in the set was standing like it was on an 18.
If Luca's not tall enough already, but
Yeah, he's got plenty of riding moment, hasn't he? So we're going down to Waldron Street now.
off camera, Quadricon had quite a bad jibe there. Tagara jibe before them, hopefully Quadricon's safe, that's not going to cost them. They will be coming back on board as Tagara comes back a bit.
I think I might have a chat with Kurt after the race, next time there's coverage, and ask him just to slow up a bit so he can stay in the same screenshot.
Yeah, great idea. And you can do the same with Harry Price on the Rag and Famish.
Well, considering he's not sailing tomorrow, he's probably got Doz on. It's probably more of a chance.
Yeah, to come in the short front of the two weeks meeting with Terence Noakes, it's actually jumped all the way from 5th into 2nd.
And hopefully they've all seen Maritimes towing a punter back into who's probably run out of fuel. Hopefully they've seen that. He's got a line in between. All right, Bosco's coming in slowly at the bottom mark.
Great racing 1 to 2nd here between Quadricon, Noakes and Tagara.
I've got a prediction. They're all a little underlaid, I think. So it could be a few jibes down the bottom mark. Could be Action Jackson again. Here we go. Bosco's just dropped their kite, just about to round up. Nice easy drop, all done by Kurt out on the wire on the roundup. He can do it when he's not under pressure.
Is that the difference between sailing with Mackie and sailing with you, the pressure?
No, I was always really nice to Kurt. You know. There's Sarah Lee swinging out of the bottom mark.
It's on screen. Quadricon driving early, actually. Quite interesting there. They're taking their sterns, looking for a cleaner rounding.
Yeah, unfortunately, they've lost a bit down this run.
They have. Unfortunately, the kiss of death has hit them.
Yeah, a couple too many jibes.
So they've dropped back from second to, what's that, fourth, fifth.
Yeah. And Noakes has jumped up into second. Coming in soft to the bottom, but probably still not as slow as what Bosca did. But Bosca's gone. Ooh,
Untidy drop on the Noakes.
I think that Hayard was too clean.
Yeah.
It just fell out of the sky. Not a bad drop
Keep in
on
mind
Semin.
too, the Quadricon, they've probably done gentlemanly thing too, being a visitor for this race, not part of the overall point score. They've probably said, let's let these guys go.
Then after that, we've got Witchard coming in on port. Ooh, interesting. Coming in on port. Looks like they're going to flog the chute, take TTR stern, then hopefully get back under control and jibe. Then the metal workers after that.
So the metal workers got inside to Witchard here, Mark. Easy drop on the Witchard there. Little lesson there for people who shoots. Can't just let them drop in the water and then try and pull them in afterwards.
I'm surprised that TTR hasn't gone better today. Because Phil normally loves this sort of shifty little breeze.
Yeah.
Oh,
Obviously, Phil had his issue in the first race there with the capsulize, but
Witchard's got a bit of an issue with their chute drop here at the moment. I think they've just about cleaned it up.
11-team coming in hot to the mark.
He's at the top of shot with the white chute at the top mark. They look like they're going to easily make it down in one of that puff that they're in.
Is that Lenny? Also good.
So good.
So far, so good. So far, so good.com.
Take all the depth you can there nice and early. Pull away.
Our Vice Commodore Shane Lackey on the sheet, on the 11-team. Works the night shift. Worked the night shift last night at Qantas. A couple of hours sleep and straight down the club.
Perfect.
Perfect. I'm sure he'll have a couple of schooners after the race. So you got Witchard on screen. He's obviously sponsored by Bacobi as well. Luca does love a sticker. So you got Demic Design on there.
You're suggesting Luca might have bought the Lyconi sticker?
I reckon he printed it off himself. I reckon. No. I think Pat's applied it. Pat's actually been supporting Luca longer than myself. He was sponsoring him in the Moss, which Luca's actually really handy in. Actually a really good sailor. Did the Nationals a couple of weeks ago.
You beat you in the Nationals?
Of course not. No, I won. He did beat me on the first day, but yeah, he needs some time on the water. Lucas Swiss Moss are really good. So Bosca's getting up here towards top mark in Pelican Gut. Probably about 45 seconds to a minute away. And you've got a lot of people chasing them. All are coming in on the starboard ley line.
Bosca attacking on the lay for the top mark for the last five today. Go around this and straight back to the club for the finish.
I reckon I'm predicting 45 minutes after this race finishes, there'll be glass. There'll be no wind. It's definitely dying.
There'll be glasses back on the club.
Lovely. For a change.
Set on the Boston there with no tackle on it.
There's nothing worse than being here late on a Saturday night and they go, Keegan, and I used to have another partner there as well. Can you lock up on your way out? Yeah.
Just off, you see in the background there, you got Tagara coming in.
There's a problem on Boston. You can see
Oh.
Mackie down to Leeward trying to
I think there's...
rip something.
It looks
to
like there's
pieces.
spinnaker sheets pinned in the leeward pulley block. They can't get the tack right out either.
Yeah, maybe a knot in the sheet. somewhere.
You reckon not in the sheet or Mackey's just pulled it too hard and pulled it through the block?
There you go. Look on the screen.
We've got it now.
Got it out.
Oh,
If you're going to send anyone in to rip and tear at something, he's your right guy.
he certainly is.
So it looks like Noakes is going to be second around.
If you're ever going to shake Mackey's hand, get in early and squeeze hard. Because if you don't, he will. So close group here going around for the last time.
Tagara followed by Tribeca.
Yeah. So what would you be doing down the last run? You've got to do something different because you're not going to pass them in a straight line.
Unfortunately, I still think, like I said earlier, the best pressure down. You know, it's head out on forward. And you drive off, you're driving into a bit of nothing.
I don't think it's was just because they had trouble there on their set, but the fleet's definitely closer to Bosca this time than what they were the last race. Noakes is coming down here with a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, they're a good line. Nice bit of soak in there for them as well.
So they've got 2 jives left at the minimum. Bosca's going through their jive now, heading back towards George Sailing Club. Nice jive. It's a real close ding-dong battle here between Tagara and Tribeca. They're really on each other's hammer. Noakes is going really deep there.
Okay, Tagara driving on early. They're playing their card now.
Tagara was going for the higher faster mode. Oh, sorry, Tribeca higher faster mode. Noakes is splitting the middle at the moment. Clear passage runway for Bosca here. Oh. They're soaking down. Got a little bit of wake in front of them. They'll probably drive right on that. And that'll be the lay line into the finish. There
Nice
goes.
comfortable drive coming up.
Big back. Pop the buttons.
Down start.
Oh, buttons don't want to pop.
There we go.
Yeah. It's a beautiful colour, that boat. He did talk about changing it. I said, no way.
They like wrecking the picture, the finishing photo, like dropping their kite early again. So heat 4 winners, Bosca.
They get 2 bullets today.
2 bullets today, so after
3.
you got 3 points after 4 heats. Race, of course, being abandoned.
We've got Noakes coming in second. They've just got a jibe and one in. Tagara's actually done all right out there jibing early. They come back with plenty of pressure.
Yeah, well,
they won't get Noakes.
They might get Tribeca.
I think they might get Tribeca. They should be really heating this up, trying to get around that Tribeca's bow. Tribeca's jibed inside. Don't know.
How good's
I think
the jibe?
not good enough.
Tagara should get there.
Tagara, I think we'll get there. Swing hard, Sam. Ooh, really close.
Close, but I'll give it to Tagara.
Tagara,
Tagara, yep.
Tribeca fourth, and now we got three more boats coming in really close. Come on, Barry, keep the pressure in it. They're all trying to soak, where I think they should be trying to, at the moment, trying to go really fast.
Yeah, no
Because they
reason
went-
for them to soak there.
Yeah, because they got a jibe anyway. And you don't want to give them distance to get around your bow.
Actually quite a nice paint job on the metalwork there.
Here we go. Quadracon. Are they going to jibe? Ooh.
Oh, that's interesting.
He's a close finish. Okay, Quadracom, Beauchamp, is that how you pronounce it? And TTR. I'm not the finisher, but I think that's the order it would have been in.
Finishes that you love to do when you're recording the results.
Yeah.
The beauty of the skiffs, whether it be the 16s, the 18s, at least they're easy to identify. I'd hate to be doing a finishing in the lasers or
Yes.
opties or something
Well,
like that.
talking of the Opties, 150 Opties out of the club around the corner today for some championship before their nationals.
Yeah.
Yeah, out in the bay. I think I saw 150 ribs and 150 opties.
That'd be about right, Keeks.
They've cut down on the number of ribs.
Yeah, I think so.
Fuel's got expensive.
Yeah. I reckon in my junior sailing, and it'd be the same in Jacks, I don't think our parents would have ever followed us once.
Not once, no. So next boat in, Witchard. They'll be happy to get a result this race. After an OCS in race 1.
It's a pity they can get around cleanly. Just had that trouble down at Waldron Street, Mark, with their drop.
Followed by 11-team.
That's good by Maddie and the boys.
Yeah, further back in the fleet, sort of the metal workers and Maddie and to less extent, so far so good. It's
Come, boys, all the way to the-
reasonable racing.
Well, they're flogging it. Don't flog it to the finish. You've got to carry it all the way through. They're trying to. They reckon they knew that they were up there in handicap.
Run out of puff.
They're trying to, go a fraction slower. Don't want to lose it all.
Every second counts.
Right. So what we got? 2 more boats. So Good and Lenny. Is Lenny out here somewhere?
Lenny, I can't see him.
Is that them going into Pelican Gut?
Just going to Pelican Gut, Mark. So far so good on screen now, coming to the finish. Still about another 3 minutes or so on.
I think that kite's got a little bit of a glaze to it. Do you reckon it's got a wet glaze?
Just a beautiful sunset look to it, Keeks.
Don't mind a nice sunset.
Must be
Oh.
Must be
Bit of walking hand in hand, Jimmy. I think there's people see you doing it down at Manly Corso all the time.
All the time, sure. But, well, we might wrap up proceedings for today. Thank you, Keeks, for jumping in, and we'll be seeing you tomorrow on the Finport, yes?
Yep, I'm back on the boat.
Back on the boat. Good to see. Jacko, thanks as always, mate. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jimmy.
And yeah, I think we're back in sort of February around there for coverage of all this sort of stuff.
Are you doing the Botany Bay Championship?
Haven't been asked to as yet.
I would put that down as a yes.
That'd be a great race to cover.
That would be a good race to cover. That's my favourite race of the year.
Haven't been asked to. So, and as I said, we won't be covering the Nationals for the 16s this year. So,
That's a shame.
if you're looking for your fix of skiff racing, there's plenty to see on Sail Media TV on YouTube and also on the 18 Footers TV on YouTube if you want to go check that out. But thanks again for tuning in, and this has been a Sail Media production for the St George Sailing Club.